So there's a little trick that you can do when you're transitioning to another color. So if we're going to move on to yellow now, instead of just putting it as it is in the half pen, what we can do is mix tiny little bit of it into the existing mix, and it will be a very harmonious way of introducing yellow. So you can see we don't want it to be orange, we want it to be yellow, but we want it to be kind of blending in slightly with the colors that we already have. So it will still pop, but it won't be as strong, basically. So I'm just lifting the color now to reveal more of the yellow. And if you wanted to, you could go ahead and get just a pure yellow and just dab it into some of the areas, and that's it. So we don't need to explain or draw anything else on. We're just adding that yellow bit there. I mean, I could... Yeah, I'm going to just add it like so. And a little one here. Don't want it to be exactly the same on both sides. And that way we can just pull it out a bit more. So there we go. So here you can see it's not visible as much as the others. There's a bigger gap between these two petals. So in nature, things are never exactly the same, and I think that's quite important to try and recreate that in your illustrations, even though it looks a little bit odd to me, but then if I matched it, it would look even more odd. So yeah, it is what it is. And now let's focus on matching the colors to this darker color, and I think that would be a straightforward kind of exercise. I think this is a good color, but I'm going to go through my pencils and find other colors. So this is a bit more red than this one. So looking at my luminance colors, I have a few which I think will work, possibly. So I've got 3 here. And then, let me just move my sketchbook. And have a look at these colors. And here I have a cherry red. Yes, cherry red would be a good match. And let's go into polychromos over here. And I need a darker red, like a wine type of a red. Maybe this burgundy by Holbein, maybe that would work. Oh, I have a middle cadmium red again, so let's see if that's going to do the job. It's been so hot here for days, and I think the humidity is what makes you kind of get tired of it after a while. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this weather. So the first one was Crimson Aubergine, I think it was. Then I have a Carmine Lake. So that's too dark. And then we have a Crimson Alizarin Hue. That's a good color. Yeah, that's a very good match, so that's a potential. And I can tell that this is going to be possibly too dark, but let's watch it anyhow. Yes, this is going to be too dark. And then we have, oh, this would be another good match. And finally, this one. All very beautiful colors, match really, really well. So I'm going to title them, and we're going to look a bit closer and pick the right color. So I have picked 5 yellow colors to add a bit of detail into the center. I'm not really happy with it. That's generally my problem with too much detail in flowers, I find. So with the yellow, I'm hoping to rescue the situation. Mustard and Golden Sun. I will also tell you, oh, this is beautiful. I remember this color. Okay, so let's look at the yellows. So we have got, well, let's look at all of the colors in fact. So we have Cavendish Luminance, these 3 pencils, and we have Crimson Aubergine, Carmine Lake, and Crimson Alizarin Hue. Then we have Holbein Burgundy. We have Derwent Lightfast Cherry Red, Faber-Castell Polychromos Middle Cadmium Red, and then over here we have Cavendish Luminance Golden Bismuth Yellow, Faber-Castell Polychromos Dark Cadmium Yellow, Holbein Dandelion, which is such an adorable name, and then we have 2 Derwent Lightfast Mustard and Golden Sun. Love the colors. So let's look at the flower again. So what we have here is actually quite a bit of yellow in the beginning of the petals, which we didn't leave out. So I'm just going to layer some yellow on top, and I think I'm going to go with Dandelion just to add a little touch more of the yellow into here. It will be just a marginal difference. But I hope you can see that it does look more yellow when layered over watercolor. So if you have made a mistake or forgot to leave some area for another color, you can always use your pencils. Okay, so that's that. Then in terms of the yellow, we'll go with the Golden Sun, so this color here, and just intensify right here, like that. Then I'm going to take my Golden Bismuth and go right at the tip of it, just like that. I don't know, to me just it makes a little difference. And then maybe just blend it in through the other yellow, if you can. Okay, and then onto the dark. So the good colors that really matched well were kind of these 3. So the Chromium, the Crimson Alizarin Hue, Cherry Red, and Middle Cadmium Red. I'm going to go with Crimson Alizarin Hue, and I need a very sharp point for this detail. So let's just do that. It doesn't get sharper than this. It might in fact break on me. Wow, the detail, if you could see, I don't know if you can see that, but this here goes right to that point. Can you see that? Right here. Amazing. So I would try and replicate that just by creating that darker point right here and just add the veining like so. Okay, and then the same thing in this petal, just darkening the tip of it and going right up here. If you're losing the tip, you can go back and sharpen it. And then here we're going to struggle creating the same veining because it's difficult to fine line on the pencil. We obviously already put the pencil, the yellow there, so but that's fine, you can get a little detail. And that is it. I think that really helped. But I'm also noticing there's this darker bit just after the yellow finishes. So we're going to use our pencil, but at this point don't overdo. You want to add a bit more detail. Can you see how that changed from here? You don't want to overdo anything, just intensify where it's the darkest area here. Sometimes giving yourself a few moments, maybe a couple of minutes, can help to step away and see something that you need to add. So here, before I start to overwork it, I'm going to stop and just pick another yellow, just hoping to lighten things up. That's it. Around these marks, you might want to take something quite dark, something like this or this color. Let's go with burgundy. Go to the finest point and kind of embed. Yeah, it's difficult to not break the pencil. So just embed these marks with a bit of pencil. Maybe on one side, don't circle or go around the whole thing, but just to emphasize them ever so slightly. And in fact, I would do the same just here where we lost a bit of a pencil. Or not the pencil, sorry, the petal. Okay, I think that looks rather nice. I'm going to look at this flower once more, and you can do the same veining with a lighter pencil, but I don't think I have any matching colors. So there's one like this I can try, but I have a feeling it would just disappear in there. Maybe I have spoken too soon. Let's see. Okay, I'll try these two colors. I think they could do fairly well. So I'm just sharpening them. So what I have is apricot and anthracwinoid pink, both by Caran d'Ache Luminance. I'll start with this peach and see if I can get enough color here. So same thing, kind of just veins out. Well, it's actually quite good. You can see it, but very lightly. Yes, this is a good color here. It almost has that pastel look about it. So on the darker parts you can see it as well as on the lighter paper. It's quite nice. Definitely added some more texture. So if you have made a little mistake here, this is supposed to erase pencil and ink because it's a sand eraser. So it does damage the paper, so be aware of that, but it does get rid of that pencil mark. So here it is. Isn't it looking gorgeous? It's kind of come to life a little bit more, and it has enough detail, but it has a quirkiness about it. It kind of looks like a happy flower. I think just the way these flowers look in real life, look, it's getting more and more wilted now in this heat. I think I managed to depict the character of these flowers in this illustration. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'm also going to swatch this color here. I think in the next video I have loads of these flowers and they will last for another few weeks at least. What I would do is, I think we may look at this flower from another angle maybe. We also may draw out and paint the leaves as well, so I have enough space here for a little bit more work, but I didn't want to have this video super long. Enjoy the summer, get out and look for flowers. So thanks for watching and see you soon.